Yes, friends, this here is RBR, Weekly Wrestling Talks. I'm William R. Washington, and with me are my co-hosts, Paul Griffin.
Hey.
Also here, Matt Galloway.
Defeating a sandwich only makes it tastier.
Duh. And rounding out the Fatal Four, Felipe Diaz-Vera.
So I was really excited to have trick-or-treaters because I bought all this candy. I only got one guy, and he was in a hoodie and a gas mask. It was like a full-grown dude, and I just thought he cosplayed as a Randy Orton t-shirt.
That actually was kind of funny.
Yeah, it was. Though I'd be like...
That's out of the norm for you, Felipe, to be kind of funny.
I try my hardest.
What are we doing recording on Halloween?
Well, it's...
Like what I did there?
Yes, it is. I mean, yes, I do. I bet you're wondering why you got a random episode of RBR. Don't worry, we're still doing our regular show this week, but we wanted to get the Fatal Four together to get the word...
announce that we're canceled. Goodbye. Just kidding. Sorry.
No, we wanted to get the Fatal Four together to get the word out to vote.
That's right. The upcoming presidential election.
No,
It's in November.
Not that. Nobody gives a shit about that. Are you kidding me?
7 days away, and if you don't vote, you're un-American, or you live in the UK or Canada.
If we're not voting for president, then are the Slammies coming soon?
No. See, we have something in common, though, what we're going to talk about, because, like the presidential election, we encourage you all to vote early and often.
I don't think they want you to vote often. But we do.
Well,
because
it's implied.
We're not talking about the presidential election. What we're talking about...
We're talking about Linda McMahon's run for Senate.
We're not talking about any of those things. We're talking about the 2012 Podcast Awards because RBR Weekly Wrestling Talk, this very show that we're doing right here, has been nominated for Best Entertainment Podcast this year, and we would love it if you could help make this happen. We've been doing this show for over 7 years, nearly every Saturday night. Never asked for a donation, never charged for content, but it does feel pretty good to get some recognition for the show we've put nearly 1,000 hours into. And
all the birthday parties and get-togethers we probably all missed. This is like a good, I
didn't miss anything. I don't have any friends.
We totally should have asked for donations, by the way.
True story. I did this show 2 days after my daughter was born. I wasn't even supposed to do it. And somehow I ended up on air doing the show. But anyway.
I did a fucking show after I was in a car accident without wearing a seatbelt and had strep throat and I was on Vicodin. The shit we've done.
And that's true. And, the thing is, we enjoy doing this show. We love doing this show. And to finally get some recognition for it actually feels pretty damn good. So
we have to thank the listeners, though, for that, because it's a nomination process.
Right. And we have to thank everybody who helped get us nominated. Because you got us there.
How many nominations did he say he got? The guy that runs that, he tweeted about it. Let me look real quick. He received over 11 million individual nominations. 5,000 shows were nominated. Yeah,
all for us.
11 million people voted for us.
That's more people that watch WWE Raw every Monday night.
No, but honestly, and that's awesome. And props to Horace0207 for even bringing this up on the forums originally.
Fanoff.com/forums.
Yeah, fanoff.com/forums. But, that's only step one, and we would love it if you guys could help get the vote out.
Luckily for all of you, there are only 2 steps. So we are on the final step here.
Yes, and that step just includes going to podcastawards.com, and you will see in the entertainment category. You can vote for in all the other categories. Vote for whatever. You can vote for the Rachel Maddow show if you want, or vote on the other end for anything else. I saw that ESPN is nominated 7 times in sports, and there's only 10 in each category.
Right.
It's you can vote for ESPN Fantasy Focus Baseball, or ESPN Fantasy Focus Football, or ESPN Fantasy Focus Basketball.
Mm-hmm. But I guess, does this mean officially we do entertainments?
Yes, we do entertainments.
Awesome. Well, when does voting open? Voting opens when you're listening to this right now.
Yes, as you are listening to this. There's a reason we put this podcast out right now. I mean, one, we are recording it. Actually, it is October 31st, 9:27 my time. But so we're putting this out right now because voting actually begins today, November 1st. So get the vote out. Vote any way you can. Let your friends know. Spread the word the way you've normally been doing about RBR. But at the same time, ask them to vote.
Right. Just tell your parents, your people that don't even listen to this show. Just tell them this show means a lot to me. And honestly, just be honest in your email. Just be like, honestly, if it wasn't for this show, I would have probably killed myself a long time ago.
And now, if we don't win, Felipe's going to kill himself. So
what? Live on the air, and you will all feel guilty.
Wait.
On the final episode of RBR, because we're all going to quit if we don't win. And Felipe's going to quit everything.
I finally have my own pod. You're not going to do this to me now.
Just go with it.
This is the first time you've heard of
those guys can handle their own podcast. I've heard Dave Roberts. He's good. We could replace Felipe with Dave Roberts.
No, nobody's killing themselves. Okay, we really want this because we'd love to be recognized for our hard work.
Yeah. I agree with that. And you know what? Honestly, I've done this show with 3 other, actually only really 2, I suppose. 2 other full iterations I consider of the Fatal 4. I did this show with Nick Marsico, Michael Z, and Anthony Scatz originally, and then we had myself, Jason Gallup, Nick Marsico,
Nick, Paul, and Will,
and Paul Griffin, and the current lineup. And I will say that I every single year that the Podcast Awards have happened, I've always gone to the website, checked, seen RBR wasn't nominated, and was like, oh well, there's always next year. This is really like the first iteration of the show that I feel
deserves it.
Yeah, deserves it. Like, I might have actually been annoyed if we hadn't been nominated this year, just because at this point, I feel like the show has gotten so good over the years, which is weird because it's like the worst wrestling gets. Because it's not like we've never done this show happy about wrestling. That is just the fact.
It's funny that the worse wrestling gets and the less wrestling we watch, the better show we have.
Well, and you know what the thing is? We started this show because wrestling was starting to show some promise. We didn't start this as a bunch of skeptics. I didn't say, hey, let's do a podcast where we bitch about wrestling and want to end our lives. Like, that wasn't something I even... that was even in the...
No lie. Like, I loved pro wrestling, and getting to a point within the last few months, I even said it on the air, so I was like, pro wrestling, man.
But you know what? Like I said, I didn't start this show out of cynicism. I started this show because the draft was going on at the time. Everybody was talking about wrestling. Everything was interesting. But at the same time...
Can you imagine what the show would have been like if we were hosting it during the 90s? Oh my God, you see Stone Cold, he came out and he filled McMahon's car with concrete. That was so awesome.
And I'd be like, damn it, I hate Stone Cold. He buried the New Age Outlaws. Those guys are the future.
It's only a matter of time before Billy Gunn gets the world title.
That's right. Everyone in the back knows it.
No, but
he won King of the Ring.
It's funny to think about it, though, because you go back to those episodes and you feel like, wow, this show is not as good. But it's like, as you progress and wrestling gets worse and worse, like, I still feel some of our best material was during, like, the guest host era of Raw.
Vern Troyer and his shrimp hands. Disgusting.
Yeah, oh my God, Mark Henry and his rap.
My name is Mark. I like to shark. I am a fark.
Oh, goodness. Then fucking Seth Green. Oh, man. Awful.
Oh, I forgot all about Seth Green. He came out to Welcome to the Jungle.
The dude who hosted the Slammies was great. What are you talking about? You guys don't like jokes?
But anyway, yeah, we have had some great material over the years. Just going over it into my head. I mean, just going over it and talking about it. We've had some awesome material over the years. And it's awesome just to finally get recognition, especially this year. This year has been amazing for just moments and stories.
And plus, it seems like everyone has put a lot of effort. We did a bunch of stuff this year. I went to WrestleMania. I know Will and Paul has been working diligently on the new website. Matt has been doing really well with Game Marriage. we've been doing a lot this year.
All that
and,
work
well,
Matt has put into playing WWE 12 and now 13.
Hey, there's a lot of editing and shit that goes into that.
I know.
But I got to say that speaking of that, we all owe so much to all of you already. We all have separate side projects, and some of us even have jobs because of you. And
yes, we were just talking about that before the show.
And you've already given us enough, really. Just having such a loyal fan base. But just November 1st, starting right now, through when does voting end?
I'm not exactly sure.
Mid-November.
Voting will end when people realize they can't vote anymore because they're just going to vote until it stops.
Voting will end when the website breaks. Because now, I think there are 15. I'm not totally sure. This is probably some information we should have.
See, the award ceremony is on January 7th.
It doesn't go through January. There's a frequently asked questions. We're going to
There's a lot of categories here for a lot of podcasts. Only one of them really matters, though.
I'm going to the frequently asked questions.
Yeah, and that's the thing. What do you really listen to podcasts for? Do you go listen to podcasts for things that are well produced, or for your business, or for education? No, you listen to podcasts.
Inspiration.
Yeah, you
detailed recaps.
You listen to podcasts to be entertained. So really, the most important category here is best entertainment podcast.
I completely agree.
Or if you listen to Bend Over and Take It, you should vote for them too. But they're not in our category, so it's okay.
What we want to do is make every other person in this category bend over and take it from us.
That's right.
But no, I realize the voting lasts 15 days and ends at midnight on the last published day of voting. So this goes through mid-November. Every single day, set a phone alert, set internet alert, have carrier pigeons remind you. Tell your parrot to remind you.
Tell Siri to remind you every time you get home to vote for RBR.
Whatever you can do, just vote for RBR.
Every day. Every day.
Oh my goodness. I'm super excited for this, no lie. When I heard about this, it was just kind of like a shot in the ego in the best way. Like, you just kind of straighten up your shoulders and like, which, just getting nominated alone is awesome. But you know what would be even better? Winning.
Right, and you know what would even be better? Freaking Vegas.
Yes.
I just told a gambling story on the show this week. If you want to destroy me and have me lose all of my savings and go into horrible debt, then vote for us and make sure we win and send me to Vegas.
I'd like to go to Vegas
because I don't drink.
I think that if we all went to Vegas, I think everybody, except for Will, who has a tattoo, would probably have a little sip.
I would not have a little sip.
You'd have to celebrate, right? Champagne.
Maybe I would just
champagne tastes awful.
Borrow some of Felipe's Dr. Pepper.
Yes.
Let's crack open some bubbly, guys. That sounds like Dr. Pepper.
Right, but
you can tell Dr. Pepper by the sound.
Yeah. Well, when you're around.
We have a lot of loyal people, a lot of people that are very present online. Use your YouTube channels, your Twitters, your Facebooks, your Tumblrs, your forums. Wrestling forums you're on. Don't spam. Like, don't just sign up for an account just to plug it, but put it in your signature. Just be like, vote for this show or whatever.
Or put in your signature, not removing this until RBR wins Best Entertainment Podcast, and then you put the date of when that started.
Sure.
And also,
that's stupid.
There is an easy way to vote for us. If you in an image you can use in signatures and whatnot. If you go by rbrwrestling.com, it's toward the left next to the recent episode section, you will see a very easy, quick way to vote for us, where it says "Vote Now for RBR Weekly Wrestling Talk." You can use that.
Wow, that is easy. Even I see it.
Yeah. So just use that image, click on it.
It's really simple voting. And the voting is fair. They have a very fair setup process, so nobody's going to be able to cheat the system. But we do have some stiff competition, so this is a very real challenge for us.
Yes, we do.
That's why we need your help.
We do have some stiff competition, I will say that.
But we
Using the word
feel like we
stiff
provide. What?
Felipe
Nothing.
is touched by the word stiff.
I was going to make a horrible joke, but then I backed off.
Oh, you should make the joke. Give people a reason to vote for us.
So you got a little flaccid.
No. So you're saying stiff
Because you were... Okay, go on.
Are you saying stiff because one of the people we're competing against is titled Not Safe for Work?
That should be
See, I should have just stopped on the Randy Orton
job.
shirt joke.
Yeah, the Randy Orton joke was good.
Right.
No more jokes for you for the rest of the year. At least until voting's over.
So, do we have any other notes?
No, just, again, encouraging everybody. We're going to be promoting this like crazy. Retweet our stuff, and just spread it around, folks. Let's
Spread it like AIDS.
RBR Army. RBR neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Let's
I've
show
always
them
liked
the
RBR
power
Armada.
of wrestling fans.
I always liked RB Armada as well. I think the
Stand
only
up for RBR Wrestling.
Yeah. Stand up for the dog. That's how Vince says WWE.
Right.
Rise up against our competition.
Hey, did you guys watch the pay-per-view? I don't want to get into the whole thing, but the promo video they had for Ryback versus Punk with the guy doing the Bane voice was absolutely hilarious.
I missed
I
the
know what
beginning
you're
of the
talking
pay-per-view.
You know what I'm talking about? Where the guy's like, one man doesn't care about the WWE Championship. He's just hungry.
That was
ridiculous.
Bane's voice in that movie.
Whoa, you do an excellent Bane, by the way. You do a really
Thank
good
you.
Bane.
I'm proud of it.
Why did they turn Bane into fucking aged Harry Potter? Bane is supposed to be fucking all steroids with venom and poison ivy and shit.
No!
Yes. And then they pull the plug and he turns into a little skinny guy.
I mean, you had it right up until until you mentioned Poison Ivy, you had it right.
Yeah.
But no, that Bane voice was actually pretty good, Paul.
Yeah, I've been holding that one in for a while.
Well, good. That we can add that to the RBR list of impersonations.
Yeah.
Where everyone
Only
has about
Bane
50
gets some Asian
except me.
friends.
What would Asian Bane sound like?
I have no idea. That'll have to come in the future episode. When I figure it out at spur of the moment and just make it happen.
There's the incentive for everybody to vote for us.
Yes, we can hear Asian Bane. Even though your Asian guy's really not that good.
Hey, I work with Asian people. I know what they sound like.
Really?
Yeah. I've seen Gangnam Style.
We should also apologize to every Asian listener that we have. For just everything. We're sorry for everything.
Good job.
Well, we're a multicultural group here.
That's right. We hit everybody. We got white people,
Man,
Mexicans.
white people are the worst, right,
and
guys?
Will. Whatever Will is.
I think Will is black.
Why would you think that?
Because I am.
Oh. Well, then it's been confirmed. Will is black.
And then you have me.
Vote for us.
Felipe's Indian.
I'm not Indian! Oh, jeez, you remind me of that.
Whoa,
joke.
I love how offended you got by that. It's like I just called you a pedophile or something.
No, it's that
I'd
this lady freaking at work.
I know, that's why I said that. I know how to push your buttons.
Did you do the dance for her?
Tunak.
Do the gender. That segment was so great on Raw, and anybody who hated it can die.
No,
I mean,
I
not
thought that
dye their
segment was
hair.
amazing.
Can
I
dye
thought-
your hair.
I mean, I don't know. I already at this point love the gag. I love the idea of them. I hope they never
They
ever.
know they're jobbers, and that's part of it.
But also just the gag that they're a band that has never done a song, and the entire gag is going to be that they never will. That they will somehow get out of producing songs.
It better be, because if they ever make them sing, I'm going to be really butthurt.
Oh, no,
It'll
they
be
don't-
like the time they make Tara sing her theme song to the ring.
No, they do not need to have them sing at any point. They seriously need to just have them continue doing this.
Like air guitar.
They should even build up to a concert that they somehow get upset with the fans or something that gets them away from actually performing.
They need to have the 3 green squares from 3 Count.
All right, well, is that it?
Yeah.
That's it. Thank you for voting. Isn't that a movie? Thank you for voting.
I think it's thank you for
That's
smoking.
thank you for smoking.
Oh,
That's gross.
don't smoke. But
Don't smoke.
But vote. And don't forget that this show right here, RBR, is normally live every Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on the Sound Off on fanoff.com, which you can find by going to fanoff.com/thesoundoff. You can also chat with us by going to rbrwrestling.com/chat or fanoff.com/chat, because that's where our chats move to, but it really doesn't matter. They both work. 909-581-4RBR is the way to get your voice heard on this show. That's 909-581-4727. Be a part of the show. Email us, rbrwrestling.com. Scroll down to the bottom. There's a contact box. Select one of our names from the drop-down menu. If we get your email by the end of the show, we might read it on the show. And Twitter.com/RBR Wrestling, Facebook.com/RBR Wrestling, YouTube.com/RBRWWT. Follow us individually on Twitter. I'm Twitter.com/WilliamRBR. He's Twitter.com/TheMattGalloway. The other guy I'm pointing at is Twitter.com/Paul Griffin. And the other guy I'm pointing at is Twitter.com/Fizzucker.
I thought you were giving me like a Hulk Hogan you for a second when you did that to me, so I was a little...
Hulk Hogan is Soldier Boy. Hulk Hogan, tell him, brother.
Man, that guy fell off the map.
Who, Hulk Hogan?
Well, not really, but Soldier Boy.
You crank that Mr. Natty. You crank that Mr. Natty.
And there's no better note to end that on. To say
wait,
that
one more time. How do you vote? Where? And everything. Just
podcastawards.com.
Entertainment category every day. 15 days.
Yes.
Don't sleep.
Vote for whatever else in all the other categories, but make sure that in entertainment...
Yeah, there's some other... In the other categories, there is some stuff, you might want to check out, too, so...
Go door to door.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are actually some other good podcasts out there.
Yeah, like, hey, Giant Bomb's on there and stuff.
I do
Which,
recommend
the fact that we're in
gonna,
the same category as those guys is just, hey, wait a second.
If you're going to campaign for us, and you should go door to door, make sure that you dress up nice. Wear some slacks and a short sleeve button up white shirt and a tie. And
don't show up in a hoodie and gas mask.
Ride a bicycle over there and put your helmet on and go to the door with your book of RBR and preach to them the good word of RBR.
And one more note, if we don't win, we have to stop being entertaining. That's just part of the terms of the awards. It's in the rules. If
it's just going to be a full episode of A-Girl calls.
So does whatever got nominated for Best Produced, if they lose,
they have to speak through a cup. With a string.
That's awesome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for this little short edition of RBR Weekly Wrestling Talk.
Vote or die. I will kill.
Thanks for joining us. For Paul Griffin, for Matt Galloway, and for Felipe Diaz-Vera, I'm William R. Washington. We'll see you this Saturday. We're the Fatal Four. We'll see you next time, and have a great night. Peace.
All of our shows should be this short.
This was actually scheduled to go 2 minutes.
This is like a Cody edition of RBR. Cody sized. Like when you get those fun size, Snickers bars at Halloween.
Those aren't fun. Those are
They're shit. The worst is the minis, which they're just a bite.
I thought they're called bite size.
No, it's bullshit size.
Mentioning Joe Cadena because we haven't.
This has been a production of fanoff.com.
And that's perfect.
I'm Felipe Diaz-Vera.
I'm Paul Griffin.
I'm Matt Galloway.
And I'm William R. Washington.
And
we approve this message.